Welcome to another episode of GeekOutdoors.com. So today I want to talk about the realities of being a freelancer versus being an employee, the pros and cons of it, and seeing which one is better. Now, this is going to be from my own personal experience and perspective, so your experiences and thoughts might be different from mine. And so the very first and biggest pro from being a freelancer is that you generally have more freedom. So whenever you are an employee, for most people, the amount of things and the freedoms that they have are going to be more limited because of the policies and rules that they have in place. And overall, they need these things to actually keep the business running, just make it as efficient and effective as possible. Now, whenever you are a freelancer, you're generally coming in as somebody who's already skilled or experienced in a specific area or multiple areas. And so the business is expecting you to provide results from all those experience. And a lot of times you are treated differently versus being an employee because the business itself doesn't really have any responsibility to you versus their employees. So you have more freedom as a freelancer, which leads me to the second pro, and that is creativity. With more freedom, you normally have more creativity in how you approach a problem. Since you are considered the expert or the one that's going to help solve their problems very quickly, then you're normally going to be given a lot more creativity in how you deal with the problems, how you communicate with people, and just overall how you provide results for the business. And so the freedom and creativity kind of go hand in hand. And then the final pro is the fact that your earning potential is practically unlimited. You're really only limited by your ability to provide results, and most importantly, doing the sales and marketing it takes to get more clients and retain those clients for the long term. And so those are in general the biggest pros that I see with being a freelancer. For all your email management needs, check out Aweber, the preferred choice news at geekoutdoors.com. Sign up today and get a 30-day free trial. For more information, check out the affiliate link in the description area below. Now, getting into the cons, the first and biggest con is the fact that things are unstable. So if you're used to having a regular schedule or knowing what's going to go on, then probably freelancing is not for you, because in the whole world of freelancing, anything can happen at any point in time. Even if the business tells you, they want you to do the work for them, or they plan to do this and they promise you they're going to provide this, most of the times those things don't happen. And as I stated earlier, when you are a freelancer, you are treated differently. So when it comes to priorities, you are way below an employee. And so if things don't work out for the business, they can let you go at any point in time with absolutely no warning. And so that instability is something you're going to have to learn how to manage and kind of deal with whenever you are a freelancer. Which leads me to the second con, and I think this is probably the biggest con for most people, and that is money. Since things are unstable, then you can't really rely on getting paid on time or even getting paid at all. Because when you're an employee, for most places, you're guaranteed to get paid. Whether that's every 2 weeks or maybe you're on a monthly salary, you're going to get paid for the time that you put in. Whereas as a freelancer, you're still putting in time, but you're probably not going to be guaranteed to get paid. And even if they do have a contract saying they're going to pay you, there's no reason for them to pay you if they don't want to. And the only way that you can actually protect yourself from that is, first and foremost, make sure that you get paid first, and then make sure that, you have some type of contract in place. But even then, there's never any guarantees that you're going to get money. And quite often, you're also going to lose clients as well. Because in a real world of business, clients come and go. And then from my experience, most clients leave within 6 months to a year. So you're always having to go through this cycle of, this money management. It's kind of like feast or famine for most freelancers. Now, that's not to say you can't have stability, but I think for most freelancers, especially those who are starting out and still learning the ropes, this is probably going to be the biggest and most challenging con. And then the third con is the fact that you are responsible for everything. When you're an employee, your payroll is taken care of, your insurance, your retirement, your taxes are taken care of. All of these things are really managed for you. However, when you are a freelancer, you're responsible for everything. You are the HR department, you are sales and marketing, you are the one providing the results, and you are the one managing and taking care of all your taxes and health insurance. It is a lot to be responsible for, and I think this is going to be a very stressful thing for somebody who's just only been an employee and then transitioning to the world of freelancing, because it's going to be a real shock whenever you realize how many things a business have to have in place in order for it to run and be profitable. And so those are the main pros and cons that I see with being a freelancer versus an employee. And in terms of like which one is better, I think it really comes down to the personality type that you have, and also, you know, the actual position that you're in right now. And so if you are somebody who is willing to take risks, who's willing to learn and go through the ups and downs, and most importantly, who's willing to learn how to be more responsible for everything, then maybe freelancing is the right choice for you. However, if you are on the other side where you really like to have consistency, you want to be sure that you get paid, and at the same time, you don't really want to have to deal with the stress of an entire business, then being an employee is going to be a lot better. And at the same time, if you do have a family or other people you have to take care of, then an employee certainly has way more benefits. And so that's kind of like where I see things, and at least in my opinion, you don't have to choose only freelancer or only employee. You could actually do both. You know, there's a lot of people who have a full-time job or maybe a part-time job, and they're doing freelancing as well. So it's great that we actually have the internet and, you know, a whole international community where you could kind of do this and just kind of do both, or maybe do one if you really like it a lot. And so these are all my thoughts on being a freelancer versus employee. If you actually had any thoughts of your own, whether you are doing freelancing or employee, or maybe you're doing both, share some of your experiences below, whether you think it's a good thing, a bad thing, or maybe it just doesn't matter which one you do. I'd like to know your thoughts on that. And if you did want to see more of my videos where I talk about digital marketing, freelancing, and so forth, I do have an entire playlist. I'll leave that in the description area as well if you are interested. So as always, if you did get value out of these videos, be sure to share, like, and subscribe. Hey geeks, if you are a creative geek like me and you wanted to learn how to create content on YouTube and other places on the internet, then check out my Go Content Creators group, where you'll get access to additional videos and content for all the creative geeks out there. And the best part of it is, all of this is free. Simply head over to the link below, check out my page, and sign up for my Go Content Creators group. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the other side.